Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Sorcery. Now, I am attempting to get into this mansion here, which I believe to be the home of one Lorag the Scholar. I have run into a bunch of Orklings, little street brats, orcish children, if you would. And I'm deciding how to handle them. The road turns and heads roughly southeast once more, but you have been spotted. A group of young Orklings are scurrying towards you. And once again, this one's a bit, he's not very focused, picking his nose. This one's just distracted by that. The rest seem to be eyeing me fairly intently. I could hurry to avoid them or wait for them to reach me. Now, I'm trying to get into this building. I am concerned that if I hurry to avoid them, I might hurry on past the building and miss my opportunity entirely. So I believe I'm going to have to wait for them to reach me. You stop and wait for them to reach you. "Hello!" they pipe. "1 gold piece for our bellies." One demonstrates, pointing into an open gob which lacks teeth and you notice also lacks a tongue. Their hands poke at you and push outwards, hoping for a donation. Oh, right. So, I could give them my one remaining coin. If I do that, they'll think I have more. I could ignore them, in which case they might try to rob me on the assumption that I didn't want to give them my coins. Throw a gold piece away, that would be a good distraction. Cast a spell. Can I cast the illusory treasure spell? And do I have the item required to do it? I don't think I have the item. Is it God? No. That is not. I did not click the F. I clicked the G. Summon a goblin. Not sure that'd help. Okay. I think I know what they want. I think they want money. D-U... Dud. Illusion of treasure. Yes! This will be a great way of handling them, right? You cast the spell and piles of gold and treasure spill from the sleeves of your jacket and all over the road. The Orklings go instantly into a frenzy of collection, running over each other and beating each other up, stuffing handfuls of gems into their tunics. You take the opportunity to slip away. I think I handled that quite nicely. I mean, yeah. Quite nicely, of course. And of course, I have a bit of a dry throat. Sorry, guys. I was running my weekly role-playing session earlier tonight, and throat's still recovering, from the last few hours of speaking. You continue up the road, leaving the chattering Orklings behind. After a short distance, you come across a large building made of stones and mortar. I will look at the building, which I intend to enter. It stands alone inside its own patch of grounds, and, unusually, it seems to be in a state of good repair. A large L is carved on one gatepost. For Lorag, perhaps? I mean, there was the banner on the roof as well. Or on the wall on the side, I can't remember. The main road continues straight past the house. And straight past the house I will not go. Am I finally about to get a clue? A serious clue. You enter the gate and follow the path to the front of the house, between tall, well-tended trees. This place seems quite lived in. And very well looked after. What's this? Creep around the side? No, I'll approach the front door. The door to the house is solid oak wood, decorated with elaborate carvings of vines and trees and serpents. In the middle is a great brass knocker. I shall knock. You rap 3 times. After a short wait, an elderly man in a gown opens the door with a strange, spiky lizard creature winding around his legs. Yes, he demands. And who are you? You look a trustworthy sort. I'm not from the council. I'm not just a traveller. Great worry, look, I'm a sorcerer like yourself. Well, he admits, sorcerers are not known for their social graces, certainly. He pats the lizard at his feet, clearly relaxing in your company somewhat. I have something for him. What would I have for him? No. Please, I need your help. You certainly look like a drowning dog, he remarks coolly. He sighs. It seems you have placated him. I'm sorry to be rude, he says. In this city, you have to be careful. For every saviour you meet, there's a Vangorn waiting to slit your throat wide open. Please, come in. Push past him. Well, we've already established that sorcerers have bad manners, but even so, I'll try to make up for it. Thank you. The old man gestures for his spiny lizard pet to retreat, and if I'd barged past, he might not have done so. Step aside, Erikios, and let the stranger in. You step inside his house. The walls are decorated with ornate hangings, and on the walls are numerous curious artifacts. The man turns to you. Before you enter further, please, hand me your weapon. Of course. Look, I'm down and out enough, I might as well. Look, I am in no fit state to be using my weapon any time soon. The man accepts your sword and places it on a table by the door. Come in, then, he says, putting out his hand. My name is Lorag the Elder, and I am a scholar and a sage. He gestures you further into the house. This way, if you please. Absolutely. Look, he's the master of the house. He knows his way around. If I don't follow him and I go off on my own direction, he's gonna notice. You follow him into his study, an elegant room lined floor to ceiling with books. Ah, yes, I know them well. Studies, that is. Books as well, in a way. Look around the study. So you're ask about night. All right, so I don't know. After this, I'll get another option. This I might not. So I'll look around the study. You glance around at the shelves lined with hundreds of volumes on magic, maps, learning, weaponry, falconry, carpentry, and every other subject you can imagine. The only gap in the shelving is for a painting of a young man, Lorag himself perhaps, though it does not look like him, and the tag below reads Krishanti. The scholar's pet is winding around his leg. He ruffles its spines absently. There, Erikios, he murmurs, there's a good beast. I'll ask him about the painting, why not? You point at the painting. Who's that? Lorag scowls at you. Have you come to make some conversation, or have you come with a true purpose? The old man seems to have a thought, then goes over to a cupboard, taking out 2 glasses. Some wine while we talk? While it's possible 2 people could try to drug me, look, the fact that he's getting it out in front of me and I'm seeing him pour it instead of him going into another room to do so makes it more trustworthy. I shall accept. I will drink, you declare. He pours you a glass. It is rich, delicately flavoured, and warms you to your guts. And I got 4 stamina back. That's great. So, are you a sage or a sorcerer? He laughs. Neither. I'm a teacher, he replies. A scholar, but I would like to think of myself as wise enough, and when I've studied books, I studied sorcery. I seek to understand how it came to be, for it is the beginning of something that determines its true power. The sorcerer seats himself and steeples his fingers. I'm not going to ask how he manages to provide for himself. That's insulting. I'll ask about the North Gate. I am told you can help me open the north gate. He looks at you seriously. You are on a mission, I see that. But is your mission to destroy Khare or to save it? I don't want to destroy the city. I mean, it's a shithole, but it stops all the stuff from the Baklands spilling into the Shamutanti Hills and then onwards into Analand. No, look, I'm just passing through. I don't want to destroy the city. I'm just passing through, you reply. To the Baklands? No one travels to the Baklands without a reason. So you must have a strong and... So you must be strong and intelligent if your story is true. Let me see. And he goes over to his bookshelf, returning with a paper folder. You know, of course, how magic comes into this world. Well, I could say no, and many people be like, what are you even doing here? So I know it's to do with the aligning of the stars. Of course. He nods. Good. Then you will understand what I show you now. He opens the folder and spreads out several sheets of rough paper across his desk. They contain a pattern of strange symbols grouped in threes. These were discovered painted on the walls of the Dadule caves, he explains. I have paid handsomely to have them smudged for me. Even the first nobles of Khare does not know I have them, and if he did, his rage would be terrible. Do you know what they are? I might not know, so tell me. He grins excitedly. They are spells, but not spells as we would have them. These were painted by cave people before the Dark Ages, over 3,000 years before Chalana discovered the crown. They performed the same magic because the stars have not changed, but as you can see, the spells themselves are different. See this one. He draws on a sheet of paper on which is drawn the following symbols: upside down L, two ones facing each other, and a W. One, two, three. What does it do? We will never be completely sure, he says. He replies. He shakes his head. But based on the images found with this spell, I believe it is a spell of confusion. One that will muddle and befuddle any creature over whom it is cast. So law. We know a similar magic now, but of course the incantation has changed. Ah, yes, I believe I know the spell. Is that so? He laughs. Then please do not cast it on me. I am quite muddled and befuddled already. He moves the paper aside and brings out another on which is painted something like a W, wall, upside down A, something like a backwards J. A spell of protection, healing, mind reading, confusion. Well, this was confusion. This is a different W. But... Oh. I could blatantly look at the spellbook here, right? So, if that is an A, which doesn't make much sense. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I mean, obviously we have wall, right? But... So, The yellow's upside down. The 2 1s. No. Hold on. Am I confusing myself here? Right, let's see. Law controls non-intelligent. So what would the 2 1s make the A? I'm not sure. Wall creates an invisible wall. Seems pretty obvious, right? But is there? Big walk. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else similar with a J. And that could be an M, right? Gum. Protection, healing, mind reading, confusion. Right, let's just focus on those, right? Where's my healing spell? Protection would be Foff, Walk, or Wall. Right? I'm probably massively overthinking this. Dot, Raz, Sus, 6. Gum. So Doc for the medicinal potion. Those symbols are a bit too wrong for that. Magic? No. Oh, neutralizing the attacking spell. Dim? No. Mud? No. I'm just going to go with the wall spell, to be honest, right? Seems mildly reasonable. A spell of protection. Lorag shakes his head. No, that is not correct. Such spells existed, of course, but this is not one of them. Okay, so we are confused, right? And this is some kind of substitution cipher. Okay. So that's an L. Then that's not an L. So J-A... Okay. Well, tell... Oh, hold on. No, that's... So that's upside down. This... There's something different about this W to that W. Healing, mind reading, confusion. Is this the confusion one then? Hold on. What is the healing spell called? I think I shouldn't be looking at the... I think I should be thinking for shapes of the constellations, which we haven't really seen. I mean, that bizarre lowercase p. So it is lower, so it's definitely middle. Dock. Is this... Wait. Spell of confusion is... He's already declared these to be a spell of confusion, right? Spell of mind reading? I hope I don't get in too much. I don't know how many guesses I get. Quite right. Lorag claps his hands. Well then, I see you truly are a sorcerer. Here then is my puzzle. He reaches over for another folder and opens it slowly and cautiously as though the contents might try to bite him. I could take the paper out for him. No, he knows what he's doing. I will wait. He lays a sheet out on the desk. This spell was found inside one of the deepest caves, a place so old and ancient it had never been revisited since the time when these people set their home fires all across the Shamutanti Hills. The painting beside it indicated that this was their most powerful, most terrible magic, but as you see, the spell is partly lost. Oh, it's got to be the Z spell. You understand his meaning. On the page are drawn 2 symbols, not 3. So yeah, if that was tell, QRSTUVW, QRSTUVW, so 6. If that's an A, then E is the 5th, so that's 4. L, HIJKL. But that's no, I can't work out a substitution there. Unless it's to do with a different one for each. Okay. I believe I know it. Oh. I've got a... He nods, never taking his eyes from your face. He hands you a fresh sheet of paper and a quill. Draw it for me, he says. So I need to work out how to complete this based on this substitute. Right, so L goes upside down. W stays the same. A turns into 2 inversed ones facing each other. Or an S. A is S. Oh, is it vowels and consonants? Wait, what? No, not that. Sibilants and... That stays the same. This was... tell. T-U-V-W, so that's 2. L... Why did it go upside down? Is it just because of the way he's holding the paper? Obviously, what I'm looking at here is the Z spell. If this N is the Z and this is the E, we've already seen that is the E in tell. Law. Tell. This L and this J are different. Why are they different? Lowercase, uppercase? Oh! Oh! This L is upside down because it's the first one. This W is wonky and different because it's the first one. This N is an odd Z because it's the first one. So this symbol here, looking a bit like a weird backwards P with a very short tail, or a strange Q, is E. This is A. And then finally we have the W for W, stays the same. It's lowercase? I suppose, looks like a capital W to me. The J, H-I-J-K-L, 2 earlier for lowercase. So, what would be a D? Oh God, that's difficult. It's not going to be this again. N P Q R S T. So why N? Hold on. Ne. It might not be Z. I mean, it probably is, but it might not be. Nif? No. No, no, no. Zen! Caster must wear a gem-studded medallion around his neck. Casting the spell will then allow the caster to float in the air. Magician may hover as... it doesn't really seem like their most dangerous spell. So. I could go for Z. That feels wrong. The W... No, it's... Right, it can't be this, because it's already there. But... N... Capital, cap... They're all different when they're a capital, so I think that's a Z. Even though it's an N. Z, E... How would I get to a D? Okay, okay, let's think. W is W. Law is law. Well is tell. T-U-V-W. But V, so that's 2. N. No, because it's just different, right? No, it's not. Oh, damn it. So that W is a T. So that's a T. That's an L. Or it's a W. That's a T or a W. That's an L. The Z could be anything, right? But Z does end in a D. Z-E-D. That is a T. So that would be net or Z. With the brush, you and paint a Z. The scholar watches intently as you work, then lowers his eyes. Taking the page, he considers it carefully before shaking his head. No, it does not make sense. Every spell, both in our language and in theirs, must follow certain rules in their construction, which few truly understand, and this symbol cannot fit. Let me try again, please. The scholar waves a hand at the pad. Draw, please. Right. L. Hang on. Why does this W remain the same and this L becomes a J? Or is it because they're different? Right. Right. Ouch. Okay. Well, then it's got to be that, or that. Oh. Capital, but it can't be a capital because it can be a lower... Right, hang on. It should not be this, right? That doesn't leave me many options, though. Okay. Holding the brush with arm outstretched as you were taught, you draw the symbol of an upside-down capital L. The scholar considers it for a long time, breathing through his thick beard. Then he nods deeply. Yes, I do believe you have it. He looks up. Do you know the spell? I know of it. He nods. If you are truly a great sorcerer, this spell is one I've only heard rumour of. I have never seen the constellation that lies behind the magic, but this will help me in my search. Yes, I think it will help a great deal. He files away his pages, taking the one with your drawing on with particular care. Now I may aid you in return. You wished to learn the spell of the North Gate. I don't mind giving you my line, although it is my secret to keep. Here it is. Tumblers 2 sealed deep inside. Thank you, but where can I find the other lines? He shakes his head. The keepers of the lines are all leading citizens, but where they are I do not know. At least one of them, Shinva, is dead, but I have heard it said he still haunts his tomb in the necropolis. But please, before you go, follow me. He gestures across the room to a bookshelf lined with artifacts. The spell lines you have found are listed in the keys section of your inventory. You have one new clue and another clue has been updated. I will absolutely follow him. But first... keys. Lorag's spell line, Tumblers 2 sealed deep inside. So there's no way that's the first line, right? Has the partial poem on the... right, deep inside. It's the third line. So something to do with Korga's grace. One lock. Tumblers 2 sealed deep inside the lock, and like, I bid you gates open or something like that. Right, Lord Shinva is dead and buried. However, there are rumours that his spirit still haunts his crypt in the Khare necropolis. And the bronze statue outside the halls of Vlada has an access panel. Yes, I found out the hard way. The really hard way. You follow him across the room. He opens a drawer in a tall cabinet and pulls out something that looks like a shock of green fur. Oh, it's the green-haired wig, which we should have been able to find back in Book 1. Put this on for me, if you would, he says. I wish to try an experiment. What kind of experiment? Oh, it is quite harmless, Lorag says. Just a little thing I found in my calculations. I suspect it will not work. Yeah, see, the person casting the spell needs to be the one wearing the wig, not the person who's not casting it. You take the fur and find it is in fact a green wig. Now, Lorag says, put it on. He is pulling something from his own pocket as he speaks, what looks like a skull cap made of white cloth. Oh, he wants to cast the tell spell on me. Awesome, I'll put it on. You pull the wig over your head, feeling quite ridiculous. Lorag smiles and puts a white skull cap on his own head. Then he begins to cast a strange-sounding spell, speaking in syllables that sound more like goblin than the ancient tongue of magic. I will... Right. Do I? I think I do. I think I should absolutely cast Wrap. Wrap, obviously short for rapport. And it doesn't even cost me stamina. Cast the spell, and you are immediately able to understand the words Lorag is saying. My will becomes your will. You are a mere pet, a creature, a subject. Do you understand me? He's trying to take control of your mind telepathically. But since you can understand his words, they are not effective, and you simply laugh in reply. You see him try to alter the shape of the magic, twisting it this way and that, but nothing works. It seems your protection spell has foxed him. After a few minutes, he removes the skull cap and nods. Thank you. It would seem my calculations were in error after all, he smiles weakly. And please, keep the wig. In this city, he says, sometimes the creatures know more than the menfolk. This may be of use to you. Lorag shows you to the door. You retrieve your sword as you go. And away I go, back outside, with a clue and a new spell component. You return to the main road, absolutely, and I will follow it down towards the square. The road continues on between dense houses on either side when suddenly you begin to smell a sharp, acrid smell. Burning. Looking up ahead, you see a column of smoke. Is the district on fire? Ooh. I think that the kind of spells like sus or the find the way spell, whatever it's called, would cost me significant. Sus 1 stamina. You know. Okay. What was the other one? You know what? I'll just see what's available. I shall see what is available. I'm thinking the side alley's the way to go, but hang on. F. Force field. Fog. Summon darkness. Darkness won't help me make it safely through the flames. A force field might help for a bit, but what else? Magic. Protect from magic. I don't think it's a magical fire. It could be. S-U. Sus is the obvious one. Oh, sod it. It's just a point. I can get that back eventually, right? I might even be able to get some more gold and food later on. You cast the spell and a calm voice enters your mind, telling you not to fear. There is no danger up ahead. You are reassured and the spell fades. Then I will not turn down a side alley. There may be danger there. Feeling safe with the warning from your spell, you stride forwards towards the smoke, rounding a corner of the road until you see the source. It is a fire, but not a blazing house. Instead, it comes from an enormous forge set into a large blacksmith shop. The blacksmith himself is at work, hammering away at a flat-bladed sword. I'll approach him and say hello, and then explain I got no money. You approach the blacksmith and try to get his attention by knocking a few of his display items off their shelves. What? But it seems the blacksmith is quite deaf. Years of hammering on sparking metal has left him quite oblivious to everything around him. I'm not going to steal something. Just tap him on the arm. You walk over and tap his arm, and the blacksmith jumps. "Didn't see you there!" he bellows too loudly. The man is clearly not that bright. "I didn't mean to scare you." "Not scarred," the blacksmith moves hotly. "Me? Of you? Nah." The blacksmith, yes, scared only has one R. The blacksmith polishes his blade lovingly. "Tell me about your swords." "This one is my finest," he replies, proudly indicating the blade he is currently polishing up. "A blade of large hand." "Large hand?" "Large hand," the blacksmith agrees. "It's large handry." Okay, well, I'll try it. You reach out and try the blade, but the blacksmith catches your arm. "Mate, it's hot metal." "I warn you," he says, "once you've tried it, you won't want any other. And it's not like a cheap blade." Alright, no, don't worry about it. "I'm not interested," you reply confidently. "I just wanted to see if your work is any good." The blacksmith shrugs and releases your arm. "Go on, then." You pick up the blade and swing it through the air. Oh god, is it cursed? It sings. The weight is perfect and the metal sharpened. The balance so delicate it becomes almost an extension of your arm. This is the finest blade you have ever held, and also the most expensive blade I could never afford. I'll give it back. You shrug. "It's a fine work," you reply. The blacksmith nods and takes the blade back with loving care. "It'll find its owner sooner enough, I'm sure." If I ask him about the Northgate spell... Look, he's not that clever, he don't know much about spells. Ask him about the city nobles, he might know. Hey, they could be rich enough to afford his fine weaponry. I need to find the city nobles. "I don't shop here," he roars back. "I don't shop here." The blacksmith quickly hammers something, the noise making your head spin. Alright, if I ask about the Northgate spell, he probably ain't going to know much about that. I'll ask. "I'm here." "I make swords," he replies with a shrug. "Not magic." You want a sword, maybe? The blacksmith goes over to the back of his shop and downs a quick mug of ale. I'd best do work, he says as he returns. Begone! Then he begins to hammer so loudly you fear for your hearing, so you quickly run out of the shop. And back to the statue. You head up the road towards the giant statue once more. The statue lies face down in the street. A few locals are now sitting on the back of the statue eating their lunch. So the gasp might have been because they noticed. I'll make a move. Time to move on. Right. I want to... The halls of Vlada. Gambling halls. I got 1 gold. I don't think it's worth it. Fallen Quarter, Gardens of Briar, and the Necropolis. Well, I need to get into the Necropolis. There are 2 ways here. This way would be rather direct. This would allow for additional encounters, which might give me the opportunity to regain some stamina or to perish. Or I should take the more direct route. I don't know. I need to find 3 more clues. Somewhere in this city, probably in the Necropolis, is the dead lord who holds one of the clues. There's the lord who became a blind beggar somewhere, and if memory's correct and he hasn't been moved, trust me, he could easily have been moved the way this has gone with Inkle, then he would be somewhere near the North Gate itself. And we have Korga and Forga, and some kind of glue related to them. This is probably a very big temple, so I'll probably go there as well. So, the question is, how badly do I want to visit this district down here? I don't know, but I think that is something I should answer in the very next episode. I think this one's gone quite long enough. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all next time.